Can you hear me? That was me. That was me a few years ago. Different time, different life. Not so much a tower crane operator, but we would be nowhere near this stage. We'd be closer to the top when it came time to put the roof on. I got a little bit of time. My watch is still on Central Time, so technically it's really like 10:40 a.m. And I've got time here before we need to head out to go to lunch. And I wanted to show you guys like the parking situation here, which granted, I don't know if this is all of valet, but they got a parking deck over here that you can self-park in. And I was chatting up with Rich Too Bad before we made this trip and telling him how in the comments I was debating on whether or not I wanted to bring the Z06. And instead we opted to leave it at home for a few reasons, but mainly because of this. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys. When we got here and I saw the valet parking situation, I wasn't excited about it. There's nothing like handing the keys of your favorite car over to, at the time, granted not today, but yesterday, a group of 16-year-olds, it seemed. And Lord only knows what you would get back when it's time to check out. Most of the valet tickets that I've seen typically are indemnifying the valet company of any damage or any theft or any issues or any problems. So you're paying them a hefty fee and hoping that they bring your car back in one piece. Then they're gonna hold their hand out and want a tip. And God forbid anything went wrong with your vehicle while in their possession, well, that's your problem now. And you can park here for 50 bucks. I told my wife, I said, we should start a new channel. And I got a few channels, but I told my wife we should start a new one. Oh, okay. So it's 60 bucks for 24 hours, 60 bucks for a lost ticket. And they've now lowered the price over here to 58. So I guess they're trying to get competitive with their parking rates. And yeah, so for $2 more, you can park it yourself, but then, you know, you're in a parking deck, who knows, whatever. It's a little bit of an inconvenience. They get you coming, they get you going. Guys, I had no idea it was gonna be this windy out here. So I put the mic inside my shirt under some layers. Hopefully it doesn't get too noisy, but if it does, forgive me. But I told my wife we should start a new channel and we should call it Honest Hotel Reviews. And we would give honest hotel reviews. We would pay for it ourselves and we would give honest hotel reviews from start to finish. From pulling up to the valet, to the check-in, to the room, to the experience. In essence, anything and everything people would want to know before booking or checking into a hotel that they haven't been to for the first time. And I think parking needs to be a big consideration, as parking, in my opinion, has gotten extremely out of hand. Even hotels that we have visited for years that have never charged for parking are now charging for parking. And it's literally just an open parking lot. They just charge you for parking. They give you a little sticker to put in your window, on your card to hang on your rearview mirror, and they charge you a lot of money to park your car. Now, the reason why we're here is because we actually are here because of YouTube. We're here because we have a business lunch meeting with one of our partners or sponsors. And you know, we live in Florida, but they're actually out of California. And Atlanta, they chose Atlanta to be the central location for this meeting, this business lunch meeting, which also includes another party. So it'll be Michelle, my wife, and I, two folks from the company that we're meeting that, you know, have essentially paid for us to be here, and two other YouTubers, two other content creators. And we're gonna go eat lunch. We're gonna just chat it up, talk about things, and discuss what the future holds, I guess. Now, this is a Thursday. It's a Thursday, and there was a game yesterday. We got here right as the game ended. I think the Giants actually handed it to the Braves. But there's something going on here, I guess, with the kids, because they got the music playing. It seems like it's bumping over here. It's a little rowdy, but it's all good. And as I was getting ready this morning, taking care of some business, getting some work done, I got sidetracked and I veered off course, and I ended up watching a little bit of Wheeler. And Wheeler, he's got a ZR1, and Wheeler just took it to Sebring down in Florida and put it on the track. And I thought it was really kind of interesting how early in the video, one of the things that he mentioned was he kind of like got ahead of the comments, the negative comments that were likely to come, which is crazy, odd, but par for the course. And you know, he's like, look, I'm not a professional driver. I'm not trying to set lap records. I'm not trying to push this car harder than I feel comfortable, and I don't blame him. There's no need to, let alone there was a little bit of a scare in that video. If you guys get a chance to watch it and see it, you'll see. I think Paragon Performance even commented from what I could see. But I think the most important takeaway from it was enjoying your car, like you yourself enjoying it. And no one else can determine whether or not you can enjoy it. Yet they would like to try, you know, from a negative perspective in comments on YouTube and things like that. But you can't let them do that. Now, I want to enjoy my car, but I also knew that I wouldn't necessarily fully enjoy it driving in Atlanta, valeting in Atlanta. And it also, I want to get an oil change before I take it on a road trip. And so the scheduling that we've had here recently hasn't really allowed that to happen. So when we get back, I'm gonna go ahead and talk to my local dealer, feel them out, see how I feel, if they give me a warm and fuzzy, if I feel comfortable with that, and then see when I can get on their calendar, on their schedule. Otherwise, I may end up doing it myself. I'll get some quick jacks, I think it's quick jacks, and just knock it out. But once that's done, we've got PPF, we got fresh oil. Depending on the distance of the trip, may look at new tires, maybe. But besides that, I'd be ready to go. My wife's already kind of planning some different places that we could go and take the car. So yeah, drive it, enjoy it, you know? With that being said, I'm not sure if I'm going to turn this into a series. I actually have another channel that I was kind of doing this on, but maybe coming off of a video that we did before last about YouTube paying for my Z06. I was producing videos that showed how much YouTube paid me. And I'll be honest with you guys, I thought it would be motivational and inspirational to others, but that's not necessarily the feedback that I received. So I'm not gonna go into that, specifically the dollars, to, you know, the money, but more so how it's even possible. And I think that it really does come down to enjoyment. Just like if you got a car you like, you love, you bought, drive it, enjoy it. Take it on the track, take it on road trips, take it to car shows. Love it, enjoy it while you can, and don't let anybody try to rain on your parade, so to speak, you know? And so from having been in this YouTube game for so long, and you guys let me know if you want this to be a reoccurring series, and even being inspired by other YouTubers, other content creators from the automotive niche. Guys, I remember the early stages of Cars with Luke. I remember, ironically, when Seen Through Glass decided to take a road trip, a massive road trip. And I think Seen Through Glass and Cars with Luke kind of went hand in hand at the time. And to think back, I remember orange Lamborghini Gallardo Stradman. I remember those days. And to think back then to now and see where they are, it's very motivational and inspirational to me. However, I didn't go that route. I actually went a different route. And everybody chooses their path or ends up going down a path in life, whether they specifically wanted to or not. But I think the key here is that at some point in your life, on this journey, you come to a realization. And my realization is that my wife is struggling to decide which shoes to wear to go to lunch. As she sends me this message after I told her, hey, I'm stepping out, I'm gonna go record, doesn't mean text me and message me to no end about what shoes to wear. We're literally going to lunch for like 3 hours. You're going to get in the car, we're going to drive to lunch, you're gonna walk into a dimly lit restaurant, we're gonna sit down, we're gonna have some fun, enjoy our meal. We're going to leave, you're gonna take those shoes off and get into something more comfortable. Like, it's not that big. Another reason why we couldn't take the Z06 is because we couldn't fit all the luggage for a 3-day trip. Make that make sense. We couldn't fit all the luggage for a 3-day trip. I packed 3 days in the palm of my hand. Could have put it in a damn glove box. And she's got 5 pairs of shoes that she's deciding between. Like, yeah, first world problems, right? And so we wouldn't have been able to fit the luggage, and we would have to really, really take that into consideration for any future road trip that we may or may not do. But I've lost track of where I was between, anyway, whatever. I don't want to come off like I'm rambling here, but I honestly lost track of where I was. Between the message about the shoes, there's a whole nother thread going on between us and another couple that we're going to meet later. Just the confusion at an intersection. I tell you guys, look, you walk around with a camera on a tripod or selfie stick or whatever, however I'm doing it, and people around you almost forget how to act and behave. Like, even as I stand here and talk, even if I'm pointing the camera in another direction, they may think I'm pointing it at them. They don't realize that there's a selfie cam, and it just makes things kind of odd, kind of weird sometimes. People tend to gravitate towards you or want to walk really, really close. Like, it's just strange, okay? So if you're gonna get out and vlog, just be prepared for those occurrences, okay? I actually condensed my setup tremendously because we were actually about to leave and I was gonna grab my backpack. And I'll give you guys a shot at the stadium. I was gonna grab my backpack. And then I was like, hang on, all my gear was sitting on the kitchen table. And I was like, wait, I don't need my backpack because the only reason I would need my backpack is to hold my Bose headphones because they're so large. And I didn't want to carry them separately. And so I said, you know what? Forget that. I left the Bose headphones, which I'm only using to edit. So like, if I'm in the lobby or something, like last night I was at the bar. I was editing a video while sitting at the bar. I think my wife even has a picture of me doing it. And so I was like, I only need these headphones really to edit. And so I was like, hang on. We were in Troy, Alabama on the way here. We went to Walmart Supercenter and I just grabbed a pair of Apple AirPod Pro 2s. Realizing that, hey, this is actually gonna help me when I record on my iPhone. Right now I'm recording on my Samsung, but when I record on my iPhone, I can use those to record my audio as my microphone instead of the one that I'm using now, which this Hollyland microphone is really, really good. I like it, but it doesn't connect well to my iPhone in the USB-C port with a case on. And it can kind of get disconnected. And then when it gets disconnected, the audio is only being recorded through the microphone on the iPhone, which is not ideal. Not for me, not for what I want. And so I was like, holy crap, 2 birds, 1 stone. And now I can put these little AirPods in the pocket of my laptop bag. And my whole setup has been condensed drastically, exceptionally, to next to nothing. It's simple, it's easy. It makes it more fun to me because it's not cumbersome. When I want to get to work, when I want to go and press record, when I want to tell you guys a story or go on one of my other channels and make money, It's fast, it's simple, it's easy. That should be one of the main criteria when doing this. And setting it up in such a way where I can't walk that way, I gotta go this way. Setting it up in such a way where it's easy or fun, enjoyable. Wheeler taking his ZR1 out on the track was about fun and enjoying the car, right? It shouldn't be about having to address haters in the comments or any of that nonsense like that. And so it kind of dawned on me, like, that's where I really want to be. And that's where I find myself here with you and with my car, which I don't have with me right now, but when I get home, you bet. But I also feel like we have a better communication. We have a better connection here. We kind of speak the same language. I'm not sure how far out on a tangent I'm going to go with the conversations that we have here. For instance, I came across a story about Megan Fox and oral sex on a first date, something about Tinder. I've seen some of the recent commercials from American Eagle, I think, with Sydney Sweeney. There's a lot of things out there that I think us as car people, car guys, and maybe car girls could relate to and just talk about. Like, you know, we're just shooting the shit, but we'll take it one step at a time, right? We got to ease into this relationship. I think YouTube's a lot of fun. I think it can be a lot of fun if you make it, if you allow it to be. And that was one of the things that I said from the beginning here was, you know, I'm not in this to make money on this channel. And therefore, I'm not going to use my car for that reason. I'm not going to endlessly modify it or take it on some extreme challenges or literally do things to it, or maybe even just review every product that is out there or could ever exist just to leverage my car's searchability or virality potential, which then makes it unenjoyable. Now, it's a relatively uncertain environment that you'd find yourself in as far as the algorithm goes and views, reach, revenue, and all that. So, you know, it's like from the start, if I were to really say from the start, if I was going to do it, I would pick and choose and decide, you know, what are you doing and why are you doing it? My wife's telling me we need to go. Okay. So what are you doing and why are you doing it? That needs to be a clearly defined answer. You see what I'm saying? And so it's like, well, let's just say for this channel, I am sharing personal stories and experiences, thoughts, and my car with people who I would assume are of like mind. And it's for pure enjoyment, pure creative outlet, mental break and vacation. And I don't care how much money it makes. That makes it easy. That makes it simple. Now, on the flip side, on some of our other channels, well, it would be, well, I want to provide useful information and helpful education to this particular demographic of people with the target of X amount of views and X amount of dollars in revenue, and that revenue being split between AdSense, sponsorships, brand deals, paid promotions, merch, course sales, memberships. Because what I've learned is you definitely don't want to have any of your income sources locked in to, you don't want to have any of your income sources locked into or be heavily weighted in just one category. Into just one category. And I will say that one of the things I've noticed being back in Atlanta is how rude people are. Opening a door, being polite, saying thank you. We don't do that in Atlanta. But yeah, you don't want to have a large portion of your revenue stream over 50%, really. I would say 30% max. She opted to go with the Converse. Oh, I got it?
Yeah, I gave it to you.
Thank you.
Sir, nice day.
You too. we're about to enter into another ballet situation here. She's like, oh, I gotta put my shoes on. And yeah, another reason why we didn't bring the seat. Can you imagine trying to do this in the Z06?
I would have been wearing Converse inside because the struggle is so real, it's ridiculous.
Choppy chop.
Choppy chops.
We ain't never been chops when the sun was out.
We have not been to chops when the sun was out, you're right. Yeah, that's St. Regis Ellis.
Never seen, this is like seeing a strip club in the date with the lights on.
Yeah.
Never before seen footage.
She put in a chops like that, I could wear my Converse in. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Oh, we gotta keep that time. You can run to the store real quick and buy a purse.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's somewhere around here. Yeah. We can take their elevator. We can take their elevator.
I was distracted because we've been in there before.
You said get this stamped.
Okay.
For $2.
For $2?
Then the parking's only $2.
Okay. You think if you're eating here, it'd be free. That's how I feel.
I don't think. I make music.
I don't know what a musician is, but
I'm not a magician.
I'm not a musician. I make music.
I'm a magician.
Door?
Up. You can go to lobby or you can go up.
Who are these people and how did they make it onto the wall? Like, that's just random people.
Restaurants don't do this anymore.
Or is that Mark Aram? I don't know who that is.
Restaurants, they don't do this anymore.
Probably. Oh, and then we got
Sly.
Yeah. Probably not.
Oh, that's Edge. It looked like Edge from WWF.
I follow you every time.
Cheers.
Thank you very much.
And
funny, last night this place was packed with people at 11:30 and now there's like 5. I like that. Pimp.
Pimp.
That P-I-M-P.
Well, that's going to conclude our trip here this time and this video. How was breakfast?
Delicious. I have some left. I couldn't finish all of it.
What'd you have?
I had the Nova. I don't know if you're supposed to say Nova or Nova Lox, but it's the everything bagel with the salmon and the cream cheese and the tomatoes and the purple onions, and it's fabulous.
I was working on this video since yesterday, and I think I came up with a title.
Okay.
Or at least a thumbnail or combination of the two this morning. But it really just comes down to a very basic and easy, simple concept. Have fun.
Yeah.
Be happy.
Yeah.
It started with a chat about YouTube or YouTube in combination with cars and enjoying your cars, but ultimately enjoying life. But maybe even just a little bit of insight for those who may watch these videos and think to themselves, I want to do that too. And so you're probably definitely better at it than I am of doing this. and having fun and being happy.
Yeah, probably.
So I guess it's like, don't try to be like anybody else.
No.
You
Do you,
know?
boo?
Be yourself, buy what you want, do what you want.
It's
You
your
know?
life. Why are you living it for other people?
You know, and I don't know if there's a niche that's worse at it, but I would definitely think that the car niche can suck people in to wanting to buy certain things that they think the channel or the algorithm needs.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I would say, in general, just doing this and playing this game, do what you want. Do what
100%.
makes you happy. You share that with people, and the right people will find it. They'll relate. They'll connect. You'll build community, friendships,
Gotcha.
and go from there.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hey,
Hello.
anything else?
If what you're doing sucks the life out of you, you're doing the wrong thing.
Life's too short. What is it? Life's too short to drink shitty beer. Life's too short to drive slow cars.
Yeah.
Unless you like slow cars and you drive them fast.
Life's too short to do things you hate. Life's too short to spend time with people you don't like. All that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. Life's too short.
In general.
Yeah. Not to have fun and be
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys later.
Bye.